Hello and welcome to On the Food Scene with Steve. What a pleasure it is to be here in the Design Center at the Reynolds Plantation. And with me is Chef Eric Fulkerson, who is the chef de cuisine at the Plantation Grill. And Eric spent some time with us this past few days sharing many of his recipes. And one that we have in front of us right now is the candied sweet potatoes. Chef Eric, tell us a little about what you've done here so far.
What we have are local fingerling sweet potatoes from Sparta, Georgia. And we've peeled those, we've sliced them to about a ½ inch thickness, and then we started with about a cup of pure bacon fat. And we've allowed those to slowly cook while stirring for roughly about 20 minutes. And as you can see, we have a really nice caramelization, real nice color. They're starting to get soft. We don't want to make a mash out of this. We want to have a good mouthfeel left in them. And we're at a point with these that we're going to finish this dish. We have the bacon fat in there, we have the caramelized sweet potatoes, and we're going to add brown sugar and butter.
And they smell delicious. A little early Thanksgiving here.
Yes, it is. These are really popular, real nice way as the weather cools down. The sweet potatoes are in prime season. Real nice natural sweetness, and then with the bacon fat it makes it a little more savory, and then because we're in the South we're going to add a little more brown sugar. And
I'm looking at the ingredient list, you're using fingerling sweet potatoes. What are those for those that don't know?
We have a local farmer named Sid Cox, who is the head of the Sparta County Co-op out here, and he grows these for us, and they're like your traditional sweet potatoes, but he pulls them early. They're fingerling sweet potatoes about the size of your fingers, a little thicker, a little more sweet, a little more tender. Just a nice little something different for sweet potatoes.
Great.
So we've turned the heat down to low. We've melted the butter. We're going to stir the potatoes around a good bit, let those get nice and coated, and then we're going to add the brown sugar. And we'll start with about a ½ cup to 3/4 of a cup. And while we're stirring this, moving around, we're basically making a little caramel down in here. So these are definitely going to be sweet.
And if somebody wants a little less sugar, I'm sure they can add to their own taste?
Yes, absolutely. This is very preferential to how you like your sweet potatoes.
And while you're finishing up that, tell us what else we are preparing here today.
With this entree that we have collard greens. And in those collard greens we have smoked ham hock, we have Coca-Cola for a little sweetness, we have apple cider vinegar and roasted chicken stock. And to serve with that, we have a pork loin that we have marinated overnight in beer, Dijon mustard, rosemary, and garlic. And then we slow roasted that for about 25-30 minutes at 350 degrees. And then we're going to serve the three here in just a few moments. And we'll get a little taste of one of these to see how we're doing.
And for those viewers that want the recipes, I will have those up on my website so they can check out Eric's cuisine, at home at least anyway, unless you come down to visit him here at the Reynolds Plantation.
Here's a taste for you.
That's going to be on my Thanksgiving table this year.
So the sweet potatoes have a nice mouthfeel. They're not soft and mashed. Again, good mouthfeel, nice caramelization, and then have a good coating of caramel on the outside. And with that we'll add a little bit of salt just to help bring out the overall flavor, and this is just the kosher salt. And that will just take everything up just a little bit. And of course, if you don't want salt in your diet, please admit. And these will be done just a few more minutes, and as we can let them cook a little more, the caramel is going to be a little thicker, the butter is going to soak in, the sugar is going to soak in, and it's going to get better as it cooks down. Keep this on low so we don't scorch the caramel, and then enjoy.
Thanks so much, Chef Eric, from the Design Center here at the Reynolds Plantation. Here with Chef Eric, I'm Stephen Fries for On the Food Scene with Steve.